This is a video on how to make a contact sheet as well as importing all your photos from your SD card after you've gone and taken your pictures. I've already got ahead and plugged in the SD card and the little icon will pop up. Go ahead and open that window. And all of your photos should pop up here. And you're going to want to figure out which ones you want to import and save on the computer, because you're eventually going to have to save them either on Google Drive or on your Dropbox. Once you're done with this SD card, it goes to the next student, and then they'll go ahead and reformat that so they can use it for their camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and just select a handful of these and say these are the ones that I want to import or I want to save onto the computer. You can import them or just go ahead and drag and drop them in, and they'll take a second and they'll load up on the desktop. So again, first, what you want to do is make sure all the images that you want to save, just for the future, for yourself, or whatever that may be, please make sure that you are uploading all those on your Google Drive or to a Dropbox. For our purposes, I'm going to say these images that we have right now, these are the images that I want to make into a contact sheet. And we'll say these are the best images that I had out of the 50, 60, 70, however many that you took. First thing that you're going to do is you want to make your own specific folder for these. So right click on the desktop, new folder, and I will just name these contact sheet. And then you can go ahead and drag all the pictures into this one folder. And again, when you're making the contact sheet, just the 20 that you want to be on your contact sheet, or your 20 of what you think are your most successful images. So drag all those in there, so now you have a folder for your contact sheet. You're going to go ahead and open up Photoshop. And here comes the kind of easy part. To make the contact sheet, you just want to go up to File and Automate, because you're going to let this automatically make this contact sheet for you. Go to Contact Sheet 2, and a window is going to pop up with all of your options on what you would like to do for the contact sheet. So we're going to use a folder, because we already created the folder on our desktop. And we're going to go down and make sure that we are in inches, because it's going to generate an 8 by 10. And just like if we were printing, it's 8.5 by 11, so it's a little bit smaller, so we know it'll fit on a standard printing paper. Resolution always needs to be 300. And then you can decide, do you want them to go across or down? This really doesn't matter. Make sure you use auto spacing so the pictures are nice and separated. And we're going to go a 4 by 5 to hit our 20 pictures, and rotate for best fit, just so they are on there as nice as they can. And then if you really want, you can choose the font, the style of it, and the size, and I would just make it a little bit smaller so you have more room for images, and just keep that at 8. So once we're ready to go, make sure the correct file is chosen. I've done this already, so it's already on there, but just in case, you can go to Choose. We have this on the desktop, and I just have the contact sheet folder selected, and it already has all the images in there, so it knows what it would like to import. So once you have all the settings ready to go, you can click OK. And what Photoshop will do is it'll take a minute or so, and it'll go into that folder and take all of the images and rotate them, space them correctly, and make sure it'll look nice and neat. So we'll just take a minute or so to run through those pictures, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so it has generated all the pictures. Now it looks like I accidentally only selected 19 instead of 20, but you will have 20 on there. I just happen to take all these pictures landscape, so they automated and set them all up landscape, so they're nice and even out. It has which number or letter and numbers file for what the picture is. So then once you actually have this one sheet, we can look at this together and we'll choose what you or I think is the most successful photo, and that will be the picture that we choose to then put into Photoshop and edit, and we'll print and mat that. Before you are done, you want to make sure you save this image because you will be turning it in on eBackpack. So to save this image, you're going to go up to File, Save As. So this is our contact sheet for our Rule of Thirds project. So I would write your name, Giles, Rules of Thirds, or Rule of Thirds. And then you can write contact sheet after that. Long name. Where I would just put this on the desktop. And then you want to make sure this is a JPEG, so it's just an image file, not a Photoshop document. Go ahead and save. Always make sure the quality is maxed out, so it's the best it can be. Click OK. And then your contact sheet should be saved on the desktop, and there it is. So, cannot stress enough, make sure all of your pictures and your contact sheet are saved and uploaded to either your Dropbox or Google Drive, so you always have access to them and we can look at them in the future. Once you have this done, go ahead and submit it on eBackpack, and then we'll take a look at it together.